Apple has now set a record by exporting $10 billion worth of iPhones from India in financial year 24. Now, the data has been in fact provided by the government. This is a 100% increase over the previous financial year, FY23, under the production-linked incentive scheme. Now, as far as consumer products is concerned, this constitutes the largest ever export by a single branded product by any company from India. iPhone exports accounted for 70% of Apple's total production in financial year 24. Of the three suppliers, Foxconn exported 60% of its total output, Pegatron about 74%, and Wistron, which was now controlled by Tata's, about 97%. So of the total $14 billion worth iPhone produced, about $10 billion were exported out of India. Apple's Make in India and Export Out of India story booming there like nothing else.
Absolutely, Shweta. And I think what is important to note is the fact that its target of $10 billion worth of iPhone exports, which was for PLI consideration meant to be achieved in FY25, has actually been met in FY24. So 1 year ahead of its target, and the $7.2 billion requirement for for availing of the PLI benefit has actually been shot over by almost 40%, 39% or so, right, if numbers serve me right. Now, I think what is still worrisome is the fact that this $14 billion worth of iPhone exports going from India is still pretty much, just about 14% of Apple's total volume of phones produced. Okay. So at 14%, this number still seems a little small. And in fact, I remember last year, statements had been issued that Apple wants to take it up to about 25% or so. What is also happening is that while the headline number of $10 billion worth of iPhones is very impressive, is there a significant jump in the number of pieces exported also or not is to be seen. So while the value of exports is something which is obviously rising, but that's also to do with the fact that iPhone phones are expensive.
Extremely
expensive. And every new model that gets introduced in the world, you see prices shoot up 30,000-40,000 rupees pretty easily. So, reaching that higher export value on the basis of more expensive phones is one part of the story. But is there enough production happening in equal measure when it comes to the volume of units which are exported? Is the finer nuance in the story, which I think data for that is also something that needs to be closely examined.
Right, not revealed just as yet. But of course, as far as Apple's Make in India stride is concerned, it does look like Apple is making more in India and exporting more out of India, at least in the terms of volume of sales, if not the unit of sales.